Hey guys, this is a quick tutorial on creating a very simple play pause button for a universal um, background music for your project if you decide that you want to implement that. So what we're going to do to start with here is import a song. So I'm just going up to File, Import, and I'm going to import that to my library. And so I'll track one down. Takes a moment usually to import an audio track, but you'll see it'll pop into your library there for you. So for mine, I'm going to go ahead and start with a button. Now you can design out any kind of button you want. You know, typically it's done with like a little speaker icon like we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and do like a play and stop button. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my button, or my shape really, because it's actually not going to be a button at all. It's going to be a movie clip. So I'm going to right click on that and convert it over to a symbol. It's going to be a movie clip symbol. I'll go ahead and call it music player. And I will then double click to go inside of that. So you can see I'm inside my music player movie clip now. And I'm going to go ahead and call this layer buttons. And on my buttons layer, I'll take a moment and I'll convert this guy into a button. I'm going to go ahead and call this guy stop button. And I'm also going to name it here, give it an instance name of stop button. Alright, so on frame 2 of my buttons layer, I'm going to go ahead and insert a blank keyframe. And I will create my play button. So I'm just going to use a little, I'm going to go ahead and use like a little triangle. So obviously your buttons will be far better designed than my quickies here, but these will work. So again, I've just got to take a moment and right click on that and convert him to a symbol. I will call this guy play button. And again, I've got to give that guy an instance name of play button also. Okay, cool. Just a very small bit of setup left for this. We're going to make one more layer. We'll go ahead and call this guy audio. And on the audio layer, I want to have 2 frames. Both of these frames I'd like to have blank keyframes in them. So I'm going to right click and insert a blank keyframe, and you can see that on frame 1 I have a blank keyframe, on frame 2 I have a blank keyframe. And the idea here is we're going to go to frame 1, click on that blank keyframe, and with the frame selected, and that's key, you've got to have the frame actually clicked and selected, I can go to the property inspector, and you can see I can see the properties for that frame. And you'll notice that under the frame properties, sound is one of my options. So I'll use the drop-down menu here, and it'll show me any sound that I've imported into my library. And I've only got one, so I only see one sound, but you know, if you guys import like a bunch of sounds in here, you'll see your whole list of sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the sound there, and you'll notice that it's only being kept in frame 1. And this is important for when we actually go back and forth between the play and the stop. Okay, so the rest is pretty straightforward then. We just need an actions layer. And on frame 1 of our actions layer, we will go ahead and create a script for ourselves. So the script I'm going to write is it's going to add an event listener to my stop button. Okay, so stop button is the name that I named him, and that's what I'll refer to in my script. So stop button dot add event listener, and he'll listen for a mouse event of a click, and I'm going to go ahead and call this guy stop song. So that's the function that I've made the name up for, stop song. So now I've actually got to write that function. So function stop song. And this is going to be mapped as an event. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Okay, so this function is going to do 2 things. Number 1, it's going to send our playback head to frame 2. So we're going to say go to and stop 2. Now that in of itself won't actually stop the music. Like if I were to test this thing out right now, well, got a small issue there. I need to actually stop the movie clip from playing. Try that again. All right. Okay. So the song plays. I click the button, and the song is still playing. That's because the song is much, much longer than just 1 frame, even though I've only kept it to 1 frame here. We actually need one more little script in there to contain it, or to actually stop it. And I've already copied that script. I'm going to paste it in here. It is this script right here. This tells the sound mixer, which is what we use in ActionScript to talk to any sound that might be playing in a channel in Flash, and we tell it to stop. So now, when we play a movie, you can hear the song playing, and when I click on the button, it actually stops. And it goes to frame 2 where we've got our play button now. Okay. So, to wrap this up, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go to frame 2 inside my audio player. I will insert a blank keyframe, and I'm going to write a script that's going to talk to my play button. Because when we click the play button, we're going to want to actually go back to frame 1 and get the song to play again. So we'll do that by saying play button.add event listener. And we'll say that this is a mouse event. That is a click, and we'll call this play song. So my function is play song. Once again, this is an event, which is a mouse event. And finally, we say go to and stop 2. Okay. I'm sorry. Go to and stop 1. There we go. All right. So what's happening here? Again, when we play this, it will initially start by playing the song, and it will show us the stop button. When we click the stop button, it will go to frame 2, where it stops the song. And if we want to start playing it again, we can click the play button, which will take us right back to frame 1, where the audio track is, and it looks something like, well, let's see here. It doesn't like something. Oh, well, it would help if we spelled the word function correctly. All right, very good. One more time. All right, cool. So, song plays, we can hit the stop button. Song stops, we can once again click the play button. And we're good to go. Cool. So again, this nice thing about this is it's all happening right inside of this movie clip called Music Player. When I go back out to the main timeline, I could extend this guy out across the entire movie so that this little, self-encapsulated movie or music player is there for us on any given page that we might want to. So hopefully that helps if you are looking to do a play, pause sort of thing for your final project. You can use this. The code's all there for you. And I will also upload this FLA as well as this video to the e-class.